हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज का हमारा टॉपिक है क्लासिफिकेशन एंड द कैनोनिकल फॉर्म ऑफ द सेकंड ऑर्डर लीनियर पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन. ओके, सो दिस इज योर 6th चैप्टर. अभी तक जो आपने स्टडी किया है दैट वी हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन, फर्स्ट ऑर्डर लीनियर पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन, फर्स्ट ऑर्डर नॉन लीनियर पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन एंड लीनियर पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन ऑफ सेकंड एंड हायर ऑर्डर. तो हमने उसके बारे में अभी तक हमने बात की है. और फिर पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन विद वेरिएबल कोफिशिएंट्स था, उसको हमने कन्वर्ट किया था पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन विद कांस्टेंट कोफिशिएंट, देन वी सॉल्व इट. ओके, सो नाउ इन दिस चैप्टर वी विल क्लासिफाई द second order linear partial differential equation. Okay, so what will be the classification? So first of all we consider general linear partial differential equation of second order for a function of two independent variable x and y. Okay, वो जनरल फॉर्म हम इस तरीके से लिख देते हैं. लेट अस राइट इट एज this one, rr plus ss plus tt plus function of x, y, z, p, q is equal to 0. You know that this capital R, S, T, these are the continuous function of, this may be a continuous function of x and y which are having the partial derivatives. Okay, or it may be constants. Now you know that what is mean by this capital R, small r, S, T and p, q. You know that what are these? Okay, so in the previous lecture we have already talked about what does it mean. You know that. Let me write it again. This p is equal to curl z by curl x, q is equal to curl z by curl y, r is equal to curl square z over curl x square. Okay, and small s will be equal to curl square z over curl x curl y, and t will be equal to curl square z over curl y square. Here z is the dependent variable. You know that x and y are the two independent variables. तो हम इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स के रिस्पेक्ट में हम डेरिवेटिव्स निकाले, पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव्स, उनको हमने स्टैंडर्ड नेम दे दिया पी क्यू आर एस टी. राइट, सो ये आर एस टी का मीनिंग यहाँ पर क्या है, ये सेकंड ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव्स है. आर एस टी सेकेंड ऑर्डर विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्स को हम आर से कॉल करेंगे, सेकेंड ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्स एंड वाई को हम एस से कॉल करेंगे, एंड सेकेंड ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव ऑफ जेड विद रिस्पेक्ट टू वाई को हम टी से कॉल करेंगे. राइट, सो दिस थिंग इज रिटन ओवर देयर. सो ये आपकी जनरल लीनियर पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन है. इसको क्लासिफिकेशन करने के लिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू कैन चेक दैट कि अगर मैं इसे आर आपका क्या है, कर्ल स्क्वायर जेड ओवर कर्ल एक्स स्क्वायर, इसी को रीराइट करके मैं ये लिख सकता हूँ कर्ल बाई कर्ल एक्स ऑफ कर्ल जेड ओवर कर्ल एक्स. ओके, ये चीज़ आपकी क्या है P, तो इसे आप क्या लिख दोगे कर्ल P बाई कर्ल एक्स. राइट, इसे देख के से S क्या है आपका डबल डेरिवेटिव विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्स एंड वाई जेड का. सो दैट मीन्स यू कैन राइट इट एज कर्ल बाई कर्ल एक्स ऑफ कर्ल जेड बाई कर्ल वाई. बट व्हाट इज कर्ल जेड बाई कर्ल वाई? दिस इज Q. सो यू कैन से दैट इट विल बी कर्ल Q बाई कर्ल एक्स. और इफ यू रीराइट दिस एज कर्ल बाई कर्ल वाई ऑफ कर्ल जेड बाई कर्ल एक्स. ओके, इसी को रीराइट कर रहे हैं हम इस तरीके से भी. देन यू नो दैट व्हाट डज इट मीन, कर्ल बाय कर्ल एक्स इज p, सो इट विल बी कर्ल p बाय कर्ल y. सो s कैन बी रिटन एज कर्ल q बाय कर्ल x और इट कैन बी रिटन एज कर्ल p बाय कर्ल y. ओके, देयर आर द टू वे टू राइट द s. एंड व्हाट इज मीन बाय t? t विल बी कर्ल स्क्वायर z बाय कर्ल y स्क्वायर, और यू कैन रीराइट एज कर्ल बाय कर्ल y ऑफ कर्ल z बाय कर्ल y इज इक्वल टू व्हाट डज इट मीन, दिस इज q, सो इट विल बी कर्ल q बाय कर्ल y. राइट, so you understand that r can be written as curl p by curl x, s can be written as curl q by curl x or curl p by curl y, and t can be written as curl q by curl y. Okay, now you have to do the classification of this linear partial differential equation. So for this we will consider only the linear part. इस linear partial differential equation का this is the linear part. If this is the linear part, we will consider this linear part to classify the linear partial differential equation. Okay, so how to do the classification? So its classification will be depend on this part, rr plus ss plus tt. So for this you have to find out the value s square minus 4rt you have to find out. Okay. So you will find out the value of s square minus 4rt, that means the coefficient of small r is capital R, coefficient of small s is capital S, coefficient of small t is capital T. So you have to use these coefficients and you have to find out the value s square minus 4rt, right. So you find out this value. When you calculate this value, if this value is positive, then the given linear partial differential equation is said to be hyperbolic. If s square minus 4rt its value is 0, then you will say that given linear partial differential equation is parabolic. If the value of s square minus 4rt is negative, then you will say that linear partial differential equation is elliptic. Okay. So this will be the classification actually. So you have to find out this value. Okay. I hope you understand. So by using this, we will show some example on the basis of which you will understand the how to do the classification of the given partial differential equation. So now the question is, classify the following differential equations. So these are the differential equations. Suppose that I consider this part. If I take the first question, first part, so it will be curl square z over curl x square minus curl square z over curl y square. If you rewrite in the compact form, so this is called as r and this is called as t. So it will be r minus t, right? You can write it as, it will be r minus t. R minus t is equal to 0. But if you compare this equation with the standard linear partial differential equation of second order, so that will be RR plus SS plus TT plus f of x y z PQ is equal to 0. So what is the value of small r coefficient is capital R. So small r coefficient here is 1. So you say that value of the capital R is 1. But S is not present here. So that means you will consider this is 0. So value of the capital S will be 0. So value of capital S is 0 and small t coefficient is minus 1. So that means here small t coefficient is capital T. So value of capital T is minus 1. Okay. So when you got the value of R, S and T, so find out the value of S square minus 4RT. So when you put that value S square minus 4RT, so it will be 0 minus 4 into 1 into minus 1. So it will be minus 1 plus, that will be 4. That means 4 is positive. Okay. If S square minus 4RT is positive, so you know that then given partial differential equation will be hyperbolic, right. So in this way you have to solve. Now if you consider, you can check that further we will discuss it. This is the one dimensional wave equation actually. This form is actually the one dimensional wave equation. About this we will talk later. Okay. So for now you just understand what will be the classification of the partial differential equation. Now we consider, suppose that we are considering this part. Okay. That means the fifth part if we are considering. So you move on, the same you have to follow the method and you have to check the second, third, fourth and so on. Okay. All the parts you have to solve accordingly, right. Now if we come to the fifth part, so you can check that the given partial differential equation is this one. But if you rewrite it in a standard form, you can say that it can be written as, it will be 2 and what is curl square z over curl x square, this is r, okay, minus this is 2 and what is this one, this is s, and plus 5 and what is this, this is t, 5t is equal to 0. So if you compare this equation, you have to compare this equation with this standard equation. So coefficient of small r, small s and small t is capital R, capital S and capital T. Here you compare this one. So value of the capital R is this, value of the capital S is minus 2 and value of the capital T is 5. So this is the value R, S and T. So when you got this value, so again you have to find the value of S square minus 4RT. So when you place back this value and solve, you will get this is minus 36. But minus 36 is negative. Okay. If this is negative, so you say that given partial differential equation is elliptic, right. So in this way you have to, so you have to check the given partial differential equation is elliptic, parabolic or hyperbolic. Now the next question is, find whether the following partial differential equation are hyperbolic, parabolic or elliptic in nature. You have to find out. So we check it about the first part. X into cos square z over curl x square plus 2 into cos square z over curl y curl x plus y into cos square z over curl y square plus cos z over curl x equal to 0. So you talk about this part. So when you rewrite this part, it can be written as, so you say it will be this one. Now when you rewrite it, it will be x into this is small r, this is small s, this is small t and this is p. So rewrite this one, xr plus 2s plus yt plus p is equal to 0. Now what you have to do, just you have to compare it with the standard, general linear partial differential equation of second order. So we compare this one. When you compare, so value of the RST you will get. So what will be the value of RST? You will get R will be x, S will be 2 and T will be equal to y. So find out the value of S square minus 4RT. So when you find the value of S square minus 4RT, it will be 2 square minus 4xy. When you solve it, it will be 4 minus 4xy. So that means you are not getting some number. Okay, it is positive or negative because it depends on the value of x and y. Okay, so we will arise the cases. What will be the cases? If the value of this, that means s square minus 4RT, if the value of this 4 minus 4xy is positive, then the partial differential equation is hyperbolic. If value of this is 0, then the partial differential equation is parabolic. If value of this is negative, then the partial differential equation is elliptic, right? So we will write down this thing. That means then you get the condition on the x and y actually. So when this value is positive, hyperbolic, it will be, if it is 0, then the partial differential equation parabolic. If this is negative, then it will be elliptic. But if this is positive, what does it mean? You just take the 4 common, okay, 4 common, that will be 1 minus xy, 1 minus xy and 4 common, that is positive, right? So divide by 4 both sides. So when you divide by 4 both sides, so this 4 will be cancelled out, right? And you will get 1 minus xy is then 0, right? Or इसको rewrite करके आप क्या कह सकते हो? You can say that it will be, xy is less than 1. The same thing we are getting here, xy is less than 1. Okay. In the similar way you have to solve. So that means you get the condition when xy is less than 1, then the PDE is hyperbolic. When xy is equal to 1, then the PDE is parabolic. When xy is greater than 1, then the PDE is elliptic. So you can get the condition. So similarly the next part you can solve it in your own way. This is your given partial differential equation, and also it is given that x is non-zero. Okay. So you compare it with the given partial differential equation, and when you compare it, so you can find the value of capital RST. So by using this, find out the value of s square minus 4RT. So when you place this value s square minus 4RT, so you will do that x square into y square minus 1 whole square is common. Okay, sorry, this is not y square. It is, yes, you can say that it can be written as y square minus 1 can be written as y plus 1 into y minus 1. Okay, so that means when its square is there, so it will be say square and square, you can say that. Okay, so x square and y minus 1 square. So y minus 1 square is common here. So what is left over here? It is y plus 1 whole square is left, and minus of 4x square y is there. Sorry, x square is common there, and this 4y is left. Okay, so when you solve it, it will be, you will get, when you open it and solve, you check that this is the whole square of y minus 1. So it is x square into y minus 1 whole square into y minus 1 whole square. So when you combine it, it will be x square into y minus 1 whole power 4. Okay. So since x is non-zero, x is not equal to 0. If x is not equal to 0, so its square will not be equal to 0. Okay. Now we check about this. So whatever be the value of y, so y minus 1 is some value, and when you take its power 4, so that this will be positive if y is not equal to 1. Okay. If y is not equal to 1, then its value y minus 1 whole power 4, that will be always positive. Okay, so in that case you will say that this value will be positive. Okay, if this value of s square minus 4rt is positive, so given partial differential equation will be hyperbolic, right. So this is all about the classification of the given partial differential equation. So in this way you can do that. The next topic we will discuss in the next class. Thank you very much, students.